Hey, how's it going, guys? So here we have the finals of the Las Vegas League Cup. On our left, we have Zoro Golisopod, and on our right, we have Wailord. It's a very interesting matchup. Wailord being so aggressive with energy in the denial and removing stuff from its opponent's active Pokemon is very good. It's very versatile when it comes to that. And then Zoro Golisopod is like a very hard counter to Wailord because once the Zoro Golisopod gets a Golisopod set up, it starts taking knockouts. So yeah, and Zoropod has a lot of versatility because it runs a various number of Pokemon that let it pivot and let it shut off basic abilities because it does run the Alolan Muck. So yeah, so it's a very good deck. Both of these decks will be going up against each other. So we're gonna see how this matchup ends up. So we do see the Zoro Golisopod player start off. He did go Battle Compressor, discard some things, and then went Ultra Ball, Lele, Bridget. We are seeing the Ditto come out, the Zora, and the Wimpod. So far, it's good start for him. It's kind of unfortunate that he has this Execute just hanging out there, but the deck does run Floatstone, so he'll be able to pivot and get out of this situation. Just red card his opponent, so that brings him down to 4 cards. His opponent draws. We do see Guzma brings up Ditto and passes. We do see DCE. We see, he was going to play the Alolan Muck, but decided to Provocate first. I think that was a very wise choice on his behalf. Grabs a card with Computer Search. Grabs the Alolan Muck, goes for Sycamore. So it was smart that he did that. Grabbing the Execute before the Alolan Muck lets him use the Provocate ability. We do see Stand-in Zoroark come in and take some damage. We are seeing Faba, so that energy is getting removed. And here's what I was talking about. That energy removal is very crucial for Wailord. It does hurt it a lot. So yeah. So we are seeing possibly a Battle Compressor. It is off screen, so I can't really tell, but I think that's what's going on right now. We are seeing Trade. We are seeing Choice Band being attached to Zoroark on the bench. And we see Pass. So we see Lucamine brings back the Guzma and the Faba. We are seeing Skyfield. Seeing a Zorora and a Girafarig being played. I feel like that Girafarig is going to put in a lot of work for this match. Being able to remove your opponent's trainers from the discard pile is very useful. We're seeing Ultra Ball, goes for another Zoroark. We are seeing Trade again. See the Golisopod come up. And passes. We are seeing Girafarig on the bench. AZ brings up the Snorlax and passes. Energy being attached to Golisopod. And we see Pass. We're seeing Plumeria. And discards the energy. We are seeing Trade. We're seeing secondary Trade. We're seeing Skyfield. We're seeing Oranguru with an energy on it. We're seeing Guzma. We're seeing Super Rod. So now he's bringing back all his resources. So by using the Super Rod, he's able to bring back Pokemon and energies. And by using this Oranguru, he's going to be able to bring back more resources. Looks like he's going for Super Rod, Via Seeker, and N. Very good choices to bring back because those will help you in the long run against whales. So we are seeing Guzma brings up the Golisopod. We are seeing Trade, Zora being played, energy on Golisopod, and we are seeing First Impression for 30. We are seeing Faba gets rid of the Skyfield. He's thinking, he's all like, do I need this Alolan Muck? And decides to get rid of the Alolan Muck. We are seeing DC come on the Girafarig. We are seeing Zergatry being played. We see AZ, and then Circuitry comes onto the board. We see Hard Retreat, and then we see Energies. We see Resource Management. I see Zoroark being played. Resource Management, pass. Draw, pass. A Wailord player is not really doing much. He's just drawing and passing. You see more Instruct. Or not Instruct, Resource Management. We are seeing Super Rod. Resource Management, putting these 3 things back into his deck. We are seeing the energy being played on the Golisopod. We're seeing Computer Search, Delinquent, red card. Snorlax being played. We're seeing Ultra Ball. Fail Search. Puts 3 cards back into his deck. We're seeing Skyla goes for Lusamine. So the Whale player is going to start his Lusamine loop. We're seeing Via Seeker Guzma. Takes a knockout on the on the Snorlax by using its GX attack. We're seeing a Robosub. We are seeing Lusamine for Guzma and Faba. You're seeing Trade. Trade again. Super Rod. So his justification for this is pretty much he's just super rodding and resource management to make sure that his deck doesn't thin out, because that is a big issue going against a Wells player. The Wells player's main objective was to get rid of all the DCs, which at one point it's gonna happen. So it will come down to who decks out who first. We are seeing Shuckle being played. You're seeing Trade. Trade again. And we're going to see an N. We are seeing Research Management going for the N, Acerola, and Girafarig. We're seeing Tropical Beach. We're seeing Skullgrunt. And Tropical Beach for drawing some cards. So we are seeing Trade. We're going to see Computer Search for Super Rod. Super Rod for cards. Shuffle. And pass. Or DC on Oranguru. Puts 3 cards back into his deck. Here's seeing Skyla. For Via Seeker. That's probably going to end it for him. So we're seeing Trade. Trade again. Trade some more. And red card. Looks like the Zoroark player does not want to let him hold on to that Via Seeker. So yeah. We're seeing Research Management. Faba. Tropical Beach. Pass. We're seeing Trade. Trade. Trade some more. And red card. I seen Field Blower, DCE. Chorus for a lot. 5-8. Research management. I can only imagine what's going through the Wales player's mind. He's like, what's my end game? So we do see a retreat. Trade. First impression for 120. We're probably going to see a max potion here. Or Team Skullgrunt. And passes. Ooh, interesting. Super Rod. Trade 2. Trade 2. Counting cards in his deck. Trade one more time. Energy, Choice Band, knockout on the circuitry. So now there's a Shuckle active. We're seeing Lusamine for AZ and Lusamine. Zoroark player draws return. We're seeing Computer Search. Energy on Oranguru. Probably gonna see a Guzma right now. Yep. We're seeing Computer Search, Super Rod, and Via Seeker. Thanks to Resource Management. We are seeing Baby Hoop on the bench. We're seeing AZ picks up the Shuckle. Doesn't want to leave the Shuckle up there because it is vulnerable to 2-prize knockout. And that would win it for the Zoroark player. So we are seeing Via Seeker for N, I believe. Yeah. Have you in mind, this is all game 1. Very exciting. It's best out of 3. But we're still in game 1. More than likely, we're not going to make it to a game 2. So you see Research Management pass. And that's what the Whale player wants. The Whale player wants to just hang out and go into time. But then the Zoroark player already took prizes. So going into time is not ideal for him. So he did play Gladion. We did see him grab something from his prizes. Hopefully that helps him out in this matchup. We are seeing Super Rod from the Zoroark player. And we're seeing Research Management. And the Whale player is just not having it. He's like, I think it's a Stevens Resolve that is being played. So we are seeing Computer Search. And so Research Management puts 3 cards back into his deck, passes. Be a Seeker for Stevens Resolve. These 3 cards that he's trying to get into his hand are very important. I would think so if he keeps trying to get them. We do see Field Blower gets rid of some of his own tools from the Zoro player after playing a red card on his opponent. We are seeing my camera fall down. But yeah. It zoomed in for the action that is being played. So we are seeing red card. You're seeing Skyfield from the Zoro player. delinquent, so gets his opponent to discard 3 cards, puts 3 cards back into his deck with resource management. He does play Hugh, so his opponent will discard until he has 5 cards in his hand, and he will draw until he has 5, and he ends up passing. So we see trade via Seeker for Chorus. Chorus draws 6 cards, 7 cards. We're seeing resource management. Team Skull Grunt. Computer search for Super Rod. Super Rod gets back Pokemon and energies. Shuffles. And we see trade. Trade some more. Gets a DCE. DCE research management gets back computer search and Super Rod. We see Faba come in and take that last DCE, so that means there's no more DCEs in this deck. So we are seeing trade. We are seeing N. We are seeing Skyla for Handiwork, Nestball for Wobbuffet, promotes Wobbuffet, passes. We are seeing computer search. What's going on? Yeah, I think it's computer search. Research management passes. Handiwork for Miss, I think. I can't tell because it's the camera angle. So we are seeing Plumeria via Seeker for Guzma. Brings up Golisopod. We are seeing trade some more. Red card. Wailord's player's deck is looking really thin right now. DC AZ passes. Opponent checks Zoroark's player's discard pile. We are seeing who will be played. I think there's still a Super Rod that he brought back, and that might be what wins it for him. We are seeing Guzma. We are seeing Super Rod. There it is. As long as he brings back Super Rod every turn, or as much as he can, like he's all right. We're seeing Brock's Grit. Wailord players bringing back Pokemon and energies, but for the most part just Pokemon. At this point he's at the point where he's not trying to get decked out. That's pretty much the gist of it. Tropical Beach draws for 7. We see trade. We see some more trades. Counts the cards in his deck. Trade some more. We're seeing red card. We're seeing Chorus. Shuffle and he'll draw 7. We see computer search, resource management. Place resource management, brings back computer search Super Rod via Seeker. And then this pretty much begins the loop. Because as long as the whale player does not get rid of energy, and as long as the Zoroark player doesn't getting an energy from a super rod, then he's in trouble. But for the most part, like, as long as he doesn't forget to bring back super rod, he's pretty much set. So that's pretty much what he's doing now. So he just wants to keep super rod in his hand. We are seeing delinquent, so his opponent discards 3 cards. We're seeing resource management, brings back Ultra Ball and Sycamore and delinquent. We are seeing Tropical Beach. We are seeing Super Rod. Research management for Super Rod, Pokemon Communication. Passes. You're seeing trade. Trade some more. Red card. Research management brings back 3. Draws passes. You're seeing trade. Checks cards in his deck. Trades some more. We do see the delinquent in his hand. Is he going to use it? He does. Discards 3 more cards. We're seeing resource management brings back 3 cards. We are seeing Lusamine for Lusamine AZ. We are seeing Tropical Beach. Passes. We're seeing red card. We're seeing delinquent. And resource management. Seeing Skyla. Wailord player's deck looking really thin. I like this approach that the Zoroark player took. He was very, very aggressive at the beginning. Wanted to put that pressure on his opponent to kind of make him play a little more defensively. And because of it, he was able to capitalize on that when it comes to looping. So now he's just in a loop state where he's resource managing. His opponent's getting down to his last couple cards. He's gonna deck out. So that's pretty much how this match is gonna end up by the looks of it. At any time, this Zoroark player can just Via Seeker for N, and then he'll throw back all the cards in his hand to his deck. So we are seeing Skyfield. Red card. Via Seeker. Delinquent. And then his opponent pretty much just says, that's it. We're done. But yeah, and that was game 1, guys. And that wraps it up. The Zoroark Golisopod player takes this win against Wales, beating the stall deck with its own stall tactic. It's very good. I really, really enjoyed watching this. I know it looks like it's just the same thing over and over again. But to think of the strategy that went behind this, to think of like, oh, you know, let me just be aggressive. Let me just use my energies and stuff like that. At one point, if he was doing that and everything was Primarioed away and there was a Super Rod in his discard pile and he didn't have a DCE, then he would have been in a position where he was stuck. But the fact that halfway through the game he realized that, or maybe he already had that planned out, and that's why he was very aggressive to push at the beginning. So then if it did go into time, he would win because of prizes taken. So yeah, but he ended up winning by decking his opponent out, which is also a great way to win. I think so, especially against Wales. So yeah, but still, the Wales player did have a very, very tactical deck. Had a lot of options for him in order to combat any decks out there. As you guys saw in the match previous to this one, where the Wales player played, he had a Lugia GX with a DCE to Lost Zone something, which I think was amazing. I would have never thought of that, and I think that was very good on his behalf. So yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for this. Guys, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to share the video with anybody that wants to see a finals match of the Las Vegas Expanded Cup. Guys, with that said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.